All right, so we got the iPhone 7 Plus, dual 12 megapixel cameras in the rear, f1.8 aperture. We got the iPhone 8 right here, beautiful glass back, as you can see. Also, dual megapixel cameras on the back, f.18 aperture. Then we got the iPhone 10 right here. This is a beautiful, gorgeous device. Also, dual 12 megapixel camera setup, 1.8 aperture. So we got 3 generations of devices here, and we're gonna see how good the cameras are on all 3 devices. Now, we all know that in the daytime, the footage is going to be great, but let's do this in all low light to see the difference in generations: iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10. Let's put it to the test. Let's do this easy style. But before I start this test, I got my cleaning cloth so it won't be no excuses. Clean the lens off. That's one of the biggest questions y'all guys always say. Oh, Eric, that lens is dirty, but not today. So there's no excuses on all 3 cameras. So let's put these 3 to the test and see what it's all about. So get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. And by the way, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. Let's do this low light style. Let's go. All right, so here it is, nighttime footage only with the iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10. I'm shooting this at 1080p, 30 frames per second, and I want y'all guys to see this. And one of the biggest questions that people always ask is, should you upgrade to the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10? So let's find out how good or how bad the cameras are. And as you know, we have 12 megapixel dual cameras on all devices, but I want y'all guys to see this as I walk optical image stabilization on deck. So let's go to look at that. Look at that red, and you be the judge for yourself. Look at that, that's pretty. Nice and pretty. All 3 phones, as I look at the viewfinder, all 3 of them look pretty good. This is a real testament on how good or how bad a camera are when you're looking at it in low light. Now let's look at the sky. Which one give you the deep blacks? All right, so let's walk. Let y'all guys see this footage in action. 1080p, 30 frames per second. Let's scroll around. And I can tell you, all 3 phones are just absolutely amazing. Look at the 5 guys sign. Let's look at that. Which one give you the more clarity? And that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. All right, look at that. All right, so let's scroll around. And once again, this is 1080p, 30 frames per second. Let's get into that. Now, on the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10, since you got some upgrades, some of the things that you don't get on the iPhone 7, which is 4K at 60 frames per second, and also you don't get the slow-mo at 1080p at 240. So that's the only 2 things that's missing on the iPhone 7. But you be the judge for yourself. Looking at that quality. Look at that quality of that plant. So let's go to the switch to 1080p, 60 frames per second with all 3 devices. All right, so this is 1080p, 60 frames per second on the iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10, or the iPhone X. Now I'm gonna go audio from side to side so y'all can hear all 3 devices in action. But let's get into this low light scenario, and this is gonna give you the best performance on all 3 devices. Let's look at that. Let's look at that plant, 1080p, 60 frames per second on all 3 devices. Look at that. All right, so look at the focusing on all 3 devices. Which one will give you the better focus as we go kind of around a little bit? Which device is hunting for focus as we go up and out? All right, 1080p, 60 frames per second. let's get some of that light and see how the devices handle light. Okay. And all three devices doing a very good job when it comes down to light. And that's awesome, just awesome. No problem at all when it comes down to lighting with all three devices. Just look at that, just beautiful. All right, so let's walk and let's look at the sky that's black. Which one give you the deeper blacks? Now let's look at the skylight and which one give you that good black along with that light. All right, and again, look at that color. Look at that red color there. Which one give you the quality color? Just beautiful. Look at all three devices. All right. And again, let's go to that Verizon wireless sign. Which one give you the more quality? iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10. Well, look at that. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. Look, now, from my advantage point, looking at this Five Guy sign here, I can tell you that I'm not sure, but the iPhone 10 and look like the iPhone 8 give you the different color versus the iPhone 7. But you be the judge for yourself. Look at that. Okay, so let's go to the switch to 4K at 30 frames per second with all three devices. All right, so this is 4K on the iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10. So let's go to look at that. Look at that footage. And you be the judge for yourself when looking at this footage. Just look at that. No focusing issue there. I mean, just awesome. All right, so let's go to look at some details here. Look at the brick. Look at the details of the brick there. Let's look at that. You can see the vein in the brick. Now that's awesome. This awesome cameras here. Just beautiful. And look at the details at 4K at 30 frames per second when you're looking at these bricks. And let's go to do some focusing. Let's get behind here. All right, focus good. Just awesome. I mean, this fast focusing, which is great. All three phones is focusing this absolutely superbly. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Again, let's look at the sky. Which one give you the deeper blacks? And my observation here, you can't go wrong with either phone when it comes down to the cameras. Now, you be the judge for yourself when it comes down to the audio, but as far as the video footage, oh man, this is great. This is what I'm talking about right here. And again, you may see some differences when you watching this video, but me looking at the phones as I'm walking, I don't see no difference, very minimum difference when looking at all three phones. Now look at that chair. Look how red that chair is. That's pretty. All right, that is 4K on the iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10. Let's go on the switch to the front-facing camera with all three devices. Let's go to look at the background footage there, and I believe all three cameras are 7 megapixels. So that's how Apple roll. But you be the judge for yourself when looking at the front-facing camera of all three devices. Now look at the blacks behind me and see which camera can handle it. Between me, the lighting, and I'm kind of getting to the light a little bit, and the background. See the background? Look at the lighting, look at the blacks. That's what I'm talking about. Front-facing cameras on all three devices. And that's it. This is Eric from Media Computer Solutions. Leave your questions down below. Let me know what you think about the iPhone 7, iPhone 8, and iPhone 10 in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace. Yeah, it's late. I know y'all about to say it's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. It is late. Y'all have a good night. Peace.